Okay, this is Hannah Froling for EDUC 383, Writing Strategies and Methods. This is for the Goal 8 spelling and letter formation. And today's date is February 22nd of 2005. So from Goal 8, I chose circle and spell, and this would help us work on our spelling. So basically, this is you write down the story of you write what you're writing, but like longhand instead of typing it up. So what I have done as like our activity, as what I would have done, would be have them write down the story from the memoir from a previous lesson, and then circle the words that they want to check the spelling or like go over the spelling for as they go, and kind of have a spare sheet on the side. So the spare sheet of paper, they will write down the words that they have circled so they can go check out how they're spelled and like learn a little bit more about them, if they want to, I guess, um, if they want to learn more about it. But definitely write them over there if like they need to work on their spelling. I would They can make the list as they go, and they can just decide to do it at the end. Like just make a list at the end once they're done writing and just going through all the circles. Or like make the list as they go, like after they've circled a word, like go over it to the list and then continue writing. Because sometimes that can be helpful too, instead of having to go through the circles and being like, did I already circle this word? Or do I need to circle this word and write it down on my list? Whereas if you have the list going while you're working on it, then you could just refer to your list and be like, oh, so that's already circled. So like let me circle this word but not add it to my list a second time. Um, but it's kind of just up to what the students want to do. But like some people have different preferences and that's okay. Um, so I would definitely I would change this up a little bit too, because certain students, when they're writing stuff down, they think something looks correct when they're spelling it, and then don't find out that they're spelling it correctly, so they're having to like type something up, and it does like the red squiggly underneath it, telling them, hey, that's maybe spelled wrong, and then they're like, well, like that's how I've always spelled it my entire life. So that could be like one downfall, of like, oh, well, they've always wrote it down that way, but that's not like the actual way to spell it. So they don't think it looks wrong. So they don't circle it and check the spelling, but it could end up actually being wrong. Um Also some students that like the longer it is while they're writing, they tend to get sloppier with their writing and then they kind of struggle with reading their work and then they kind of ask what they mean with what they've written. It's like, if you can't read your own work, how do you expect me to read your work? So kind of figuring out a way to help that too. But like not making it so that they're so codependent on that autocorrect or that auto check. Because those, yeah, well, yeah, they're great to have around. Sometimes you're not always writing on the computer or typing with that, where you have that just autocorrect on there, or you automatically have that thing that's checking to see if your spelling's correct. So you have to be able to try and remember that spelling, but it's sometimes spelling could just be hard.